Have you ever paused to wonder about the profound intelligence hidden within your own body? A cut on your finger heals perfectly, almost without a thought. The blueprint for repair is flawless, yet the chronic damage deep inside, in our joints, our arteries, our organs does not seem to follow the same rule. Why do some of us age with grace and vitality, while others simply decline? We have a simple word for this aging, but I have come to believe that is a dangerously incomplete answer. After a lifetime of observation, I believe the body can enter a state I call regenerative resistance. It is a state where the cells forget their original instructions. They forget how to heal themselves. For decades, I searched for the key to break this resistance, not in a laboratory, but in the wisdom of nature. And I found it, not in a single cure, but in a language, the ancient, powerful language of food. This language speaks directly to your cells. It reminds them of their purpose. It breaks the resistance. Today, I will not give you a prescription. I will give you a key. 5 keys. In fact, 5 humble foods that hold the power to unlock your body's full potential for healing. We will learn how these foods command your body to regrow its own precious stem cells, how they cut off the fuel supply to microscopic cancers, effectively starving them into silence, and how they instruct your metabolism to burn that deep, inflammatory fat for clean, vibrant energy. This is not a diet. This is a conversation with your own biology. A conversation that can awaken the doctor that lies dormant within you. It begins with a single choice, a single bite, a single message of healing. This is the knowledge that can change not just the length of your life, but the quality of your years. Pay close attention. The first key may be the most surprising of all. Let us begin. Before we unlock the keys, you must first understand the locks. There are 3 powerful systems in your body that dictate how you age. The first is your stem cells. They are the master blueprints of your body, your internal repair crew. When you are young, they are abundant and active, constantly replacing old or damaged cells. But as we age and our bodies become inflamed, our stem cells can go dormant. They stop listening. This is a critical reason why our healing slows. The repair crew is still there, but they are asleep on the job. Our goal is not to create new stem cells, but to awaken the powerful ones we already possess. The second system is angiogenesis, the growth of your blood vessels. These are the roads that deliver life. In a healthy body, this system is perfectly balanced. It builds roads where needed and prunes them where they are not. But cancer is a master hijacker. It tricks your body into building new roads directly to the tumor, feeding it, allowing it to grow from microscopic and harmless to large and deadly. So, angiogenesis can be your greatest ally or your most dangerous traitor. It all depends on who is in control. And the third system is your fat, but not the fat you can pinch. I am speaking of visceral fat. This is not simply stored energy. It is a metabolically active organ, a hidden factory of inflammation. It constantly leaks inflammatory signals into your bloodstream, creating a state of chronic low-grade fire. This fire puts your stem cells to sleep, and it pours gasoline on the embers of cancer. Do you see? These 3 systems are deeply interconnected. They are a web. When they are in balance, you have vibrant health. You regenerate. You thrive. But when one falls out of balance, it pulls the others down with it. This is the root of regenerative resistance. But what if I told you there are foods that can speak to all 3 systems at once? Foods that act as master conductors of this beautiful orchestra. Let us now discuss the first key. Our first key is not found in an exotic jungle, but perhaps in your own garden. It is the humble, dark, and profoundly powerful Concord grape. In Eastern tradition, we have always known that the deepest colors in nature often hold the deepest medicine. Do not be fooled by its sweetness. Its true power is not in the flesh, but in the dark, protective skin. This skin is a treasure chest of compounds called polyphenols. These are not simple nutrients. They are biological instructions. They are messengers that speak directly to your DNA. First, let us see how they speak to your stem cells. These polyphenols act as a wake-up call. They signal your body to mobilize its own repair crews, sending them out to mend aging tissues and quiet inflammation. This is the very essence of regeneration, awakening the potential that is already there. Now, let us look at angiogenesis. In this arena, these same polyphenols are masterful guardians. They are powerfully anti-angiogenic. They tell the body, you are not permitted to build a road to this tumor. They starve cancer at its very root, long before it can ever become a detectable threat. This is not an attack. It is a restoration of balance, a defense of your natural borders, and finally, what of the hidden fire of visceral fat? Here, the polyphenols act as metabolic conductors. They help improve your body's sensitivity to insulin, signaling your fat cells to stop hoarding fuel and start releasing it to be burned as clean, efficient energy. You turn a liability into a source of power. This is not just traditional belief. A compelling study from the University of Florida demonstrated this very effect. They found that compounds in these grapes could help the body burn fat more efficiently and reduce the low-grade inflammation that visceral fat creates. It is not magic. It is simply giving your body the correct information and trusting its innate intelligence. The application is simple. A small glass of 100% Concord grape juice. A handful of the fresh grapes. But remember, choose the darkest ones. The color is the signature of its power. One key, speaking 3 languages of healing. Now, let us move to the treasures of the ocean. From the humble earth, we now travel to the cold, deep waters of the ocean. Our second key is found in the relentless power of fatty fish, like wild salmon. For centuries, cultures that lived by the sea, the people of Okinawa, the Inuit of the Arctic, possessed a vitality that puzzled the world. The secret was in their diet. Their strength came not from the fish's muscle, but from the precious golden oil it contains omega-3 fatty acids. Do not think of omega-3s as mere fat. Think of them as master regulators. They are the body's great peacemakers. Their primary, most profound role is to extinguish inflammation, the silent, smoldering fire that is the root of nearly all chronic disease. Remember our dormant stem cells. They cannot awaken in a house that is on fire. By creating peace, omega-3s provide the safe harbor your stem cells need to awaken and begin their repair work. They calm the storm. For angiogenesis, omega-3s are subtle disruptors. They do not attack. They interfere. They disrupt the communication pathways that tumors use to demand a blood supply, leaving the cancer isolated and weak. It is a quiet, elegant strategy. You are not fighting the tumor. You are simply refusing to answer its call. And for the fire of visceral fat, omega-3s work on a deeper level. They improve your cell's sensitivity to insulin. This is critical. It is like fixing the lock on the door of your fat cells. You are switching your body from a state of emergency fat storage to a state of calm, efficient fuel burning. But a word of caution, the source matters. The wild salmon that fights the current is rich in these oils. Farmed salmon, often raised on an unnatural diet, may not hold the same power. Choose wild when you can. The application does not need to be complex. A small portion, 2 or 3 times a week. You are not just eating a meal. You are investing in cellular peace,
You are calming the internal storm. The wisdom of the ocean is simple. A calm sea allows for the greatest life to flourish. Now, we return to the land to explore a common vegetable with a most uncommon secret. A vegetable that does not just feed you, but activates the pharmacy within you. We return now to the land. Our third key is a vegetable so common, its profound power is often overlooked. Broccoli. For generations, we knew it was healthy. We spoke of vitamins, of fiber.
We were correct, but we were only seeing the surface. The true secret, the eureka moment for science, was found not in the mature plant, but in its young sprouts. Scientists at Johns Hopkins University were searching for what made this vegetable so protective. They found a compound, almost by accident, a compound called sulforaphane, and this compound changed everything. It is not a nutrient. It is an activator. It does not feed the cell directly. Instead, it flips a master switch in your DNA called the NRF2 pathway. Imagine one single compound activating over 200 of your body's own protective and detoxification genes. You are not just eating a vegetable. You are awakening your own internal pharmacy, your body's own forgotten wisdom. This genetic shield protects us, your precious stem cells, from the rust of aging, allowing them to function as they were designed, for cancer. Sulforaphane's message is direct and ruthless. It triggers a process called apoptosis. This is programmed cell death. It is an order sent to the cancer cell, telling it, your time is over. Self-destruct. It does not fight the cancer. It convinces the cancer to eliminate itself. A profound difference. And for the fire of visceral fat, sulforaphane works on the master detoxification organ, your liver. It enhances your liver's ability to process fats and neutralize the inflammatory compounds that visceral fat produces. You are essentially cleaning the filter of your body, which allows your entire metabolism to run more smoothly. Now, for the application. While mature broccoli is good, the sprouts are the true powerhouses. A small handful of sprouts can contain as much sulforaphane as pounds of the mature vegetable. They are concentrated intelligence. Add them to a salad. Blend them in a smoothie. The amount needed is small, but the effect is large. A word of caution, do not overcook them. High heat can destroy the very enzyme needed to create sulforaphane. Eat them raw or lightly steamed. Such a small thing, to hold such power. The power to command your own genes. Now, let us turn to a ritual for the mind that also heals the body. Our fourth key is not merely a food, but a ritual, an ancient practice for clarity of mind that, as science now shows, also brings profound healing to the body. Green tea. For centuries, Zen monks in Japan have used this ritual to sharpen their focus during long hours of meditation. They knew its power long before we had microscopes. And we must be specific. I speak not of a simple tea bag, but of matcha, where you consume the entire powdered leaf. You are drinking the plant's own life force. The secret lies in a class of compounds called catechins, and the most powerful among them, the general of this green army, is a molecule called EGCG. EGCG does something remarkable for your stem cells. It protects and can even rejuvenate their mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside them. By keeping your stem cells' energy high, you keep their regenerative potential young. You are, in essence, recharging your body's batteries. This is not just about repair. It is about maintaining the very capacity for repair over a lifetime. For cancer, EGCG is a uniquely intelligent warrior. It does not just fight the soldiers. It targets the general. It has been shown to disrupt the self-renewal pathway of the cancer stem cell, the very root that allows a tumor to grow back after treatment. This is profound. We are not just shrinking a tumor. We are preventing its return. This is true prevention. And for the fire of visceral fat, Green tea acts as a gentle thermogenic. It tells your body to turn up its internal furnace. It helps your body access and burn stored fat for energy, particularly that deep, inflammatory visceral fat that fuels disease. The result is not just weight loss, but an increase in clean energy and mental clarity. But again, the form matters. A tea bag gives you only a fraction of the power. With matcha, you are consuming the entire leaf, receiving 100% of its protective compounds. The ritual itself is medicine. The act of preparing it calms the mind and prepares the body to receive its benefits. One small bowl a day. It is a moment of peace that sends a powerful message of healing to every cell. The monks were right. What calms the spirit can also fortify the body. And now, for our final key. We look to the very symbol of life's concentrated potential, a food that holds the blueprint of an entire tree within its shell. Our final key is perhaps the most profound symbol of life's potential. It is the simple nut, and specifically, the walnut. Think of what this is. Nature has packed the entire blueprint of a magnificent tree, its roots, its trunk, its leaves into this small protective shell. It is concentrated life, concentrated intelligence. And when we eat it, we partake in that intelligence. Unlike our previous foods, the walnut's power is not in one star compound, but in its symphony. A perfect orchestra of healthy fats, fiber, and unique polyphenols. This combination of nutrients creates the ideal environment for your stem cells. It is like providing rich, fertile soil for a precious garden. The healthy fats build strong cell membranes, while the antioxidants protect them from the rust of daily living. Oxidative stress. You are not just activating them, you are preserving their longevity and their power for the future. For cancer. The walnut's orchestra plays a different tune. Its unique plant sterols and acids interfere with cancer growth pathways. They help create an internal terrain where it is difficult for microscopic cancers to take root and flourish. Again, it is the synergy, the fats, the fiber, the minerals. They all work together to defend your body's balance. And for fat burning, the walnut is a master of satiety and blood sugar control. Its fiber slows the release of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing the spikes and crashes that lead to cravings and fat storage. The healthy fats signal to your brain that you are full and nourished. This is true appetite control, not forced restriction. For the application, there is a simple, ancient trick to unlock their full potential. Soak them. Soaking raw nuts in water for a few hours helps to neutralize enzyme inhibitors, making them easier to digest. And unlocking the full spectrum of their life-giving nutrients, it awakens the seed. A small handful a day is all that is needed, as a snack or added to a meal. And with that, we have our 5 keys. Each one a master key in its own right. But together, they form a powerful language of healing that your body has been waiting to hear. But this knowledge is useless if it remains only as information. Now, we must discuss how to turn it into wisdom. So, there they are, the 5 keys. The dark grape, that speaks the language of polyphenols. The fatty fish, that brings the peace of omega-3s. The broccoli sprout, that awakens your genetic pharmacy. The matcha tea, that fuels the mind and fortifies the cell. And the walnut, that holds the blueprint of life itself. But if you remember only one thing from our time together, let it be this. These are not just foods. They are information. Every meal you eat is a message you send to your biology. You can send a message of inflammation and confusion, or you can send a message of healing and order. This is not a diet, with its rules and restrictions. That is a language of fear. This is a language of conversation, a daily conversation with your body, where you listen to its needs and provide it with the information it requires to thrive. I am over 100 years old. I have not lived this long by fighting my body. I have lived this long by learning to partner with it, by learning its language. This knowledge is not a burden. It is a liberation. It means you are the architect of your own health. You hold the power to break the regenerative resistance. The power is on your plate at every meal. Do not feel you must change everything at once. That is the path to failure. Start with one. Choose one key, one new ritual. Practice it. Feel the difference. Let that small victory build your confidence, because one small, conscious choice can create a ripple of healing that touches every system in your body. The body wants to heal. It is its nature. All we must do is give it the tools and get out of its way. This is not about living forever. It is about living fully, with vitality and clarity. For all the years you have, the power to regenerate has always been within you. Now, you have the keys to unlock it. Choose wisely, live well, and thank you for allowing me to share this journey with you. Silence.